Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we launched our attack on the Sahagin Sapsa spawning grounds in an attempt to prevent them from summoning a Leviathan. Unfortunately, when we arrived at the 8th Rite and encountered the priest and attempted to kill him, the Ascians had given him some sort of ability to stay alive long enough to actually get Leviathan summoned. So, we now have to deal with that. And Leviathan has gone off into open sea and is at least theorized to be preparing to launch a tidal wave to attack the shore and do massive amounts of damage to the coastline or even the city of Limsa itself. So, in previous attempts, previous times that Leviathan has been slain, they've been able to lure it out of the ocean, but that isn't going to work now. So we have come up with a plan to basically connect two ships together to carry a large load of corrupted crystals that can use to nullify Leviathan's ability to control the element of water, and so therefore be able to defeat him, hopefully. So, the ship is ready, the corrupted crystals are prepared, the device to utilize them has been built, and we are ready to go. So, we're going to go ahead and queue up in the duty fighter to join the Leviathan battle. Alright, so duty finder, the Whorl leader hard. It's kind of funny that this is listed as hard even though there is no normal. There is an extreme, but there's no normal version. Alright, go ahead and join in. And this battle actually isn't all that hard. At least it shouldn't be. Because you'll see when we get in there, but half the mechanics of the fight involve Leviathan trying to knock you off the boat. But in the hard version of the fight, the one you do during the main story, there's a railing around the edge of the boat that prevents you from falling off. So a lot of those mechanics are just merely annoying, not life-threatening. In the extreme version of the fight, there are no railings, so you have to pay attention and not fall off. But we won't have to worry about that this time around. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and sit here and wait in queue, and once we are ready to go, we'll be back. Alright, we are ready to go. Commence. Alright, everybody showed up. Good. The most complicated thing I am going to have to do at the start of this is figure out who is going to be main tanking and who's going to be off. But I don't think that's going to be that critical. Alright, here we go. Defiant's up and running. As you can see, there's the railing around the battlefields. Okay. Now I need to keep an eye around the edges. Alright. Now they're going to tilt the boat. Now, this for extreme. Alright, I guess I'll grab the tail. Which means I'm going to be off tank. Which means I'm also responsible for ads. Not that it really matters all that much. Now, if you are a DPS in this fight, if you are a physical DPS, then you attack the tail. If you are a magic DPS, you attack the head, if I remember correctly. Alright, gyre spumes, those things need to die quickly. Of course, those, because if you attack the tail or head with the wrong type of attack, it will reflect damage back at you, and that can kill you. Okay. Alright. Now here's where you would run to this side of the boat, because he's going to tilt it. Alright, there's the tail. Back under. Alright, using the elemental converter. And everybody died. I guess they didn't get it up in time. Or, oh no, did they not get the, something happened with that. The guy's saying he got interrupted by a water bomb. Okay. That is one of the other things they can actually kill you in this fight. Alright, let's try it one more time. You know, it occurs to me that every time that I've said before a fight, this shouldn't be too hard, it's pretty simple, we've ended up wiping. At least once. Oh, there we go, ads. Grab them real quick, make sure they don't go after the healers. Some like cooldowns. Should be keeping a closer eye on the rest of the boat. There's gyre spume. 50, I think, in order to not kill us all. And those gyre spumes reduce the level of the elemental conversion. Oh, got caught there. Oh, well, that doesn't hurt all that much. At least in this version of the fight, it doesn't hurt all that much. There we go. Now the shield's up. I think they didn't. Yeah, they didn't get the shield up in time. Big difference. Cooldowns. There we go. I'll just commend whoever is left. Well, they all left before I could get the commendation out. Alright, let's head out of here. Oh, I thought there might be a cutscene. I guess not. Alright, report to Merovib in the command room in Limsa Lominsa. Alright, so let's head back to Limsa and report back to the Admiral. All right. All right, Xanthil, let us up. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Alright. And there is everybody.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'ashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Alright, there we go. Lord of the Whorl. Let's see. Beak Blade, Hellish Claws, Dual Haken. That's not a bad looking axe. I'll take the axe. So there was the cutscene that I was expecting. Okay, so with that bit of thorny business behind us, then we now need to proceed on to the next quest, which usually it's right where we start, but... oh, it is. I just missed it. Xanthiel holds it. Xanthiel has orders to point you in the direction of the Leminson underworld. Alright, the Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous hiren man there, and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Leminson society. You value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far in their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here's the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Alright. Deliver the Admiral's letter of introduction to the inconspicuous man. Alright, let me just check one thing first. Okay, just want to make sure of my time. Alright. So, we are headed to over here. I guess we'll probably just hoof it. It isn't going to be that far. Actually, I just want to try one thing real quick before we talk to the inconspicuous man. Let's put that new axe on. I just want to see how it looks combined with this armor. It actually looks pretty good. So, we're going to put back the better axe. Yeah, because this does less damage. So we're going to cast Glamour. We're going to Glamour that one on there. There we go. Okay, Inconspicuous Man. Got business with me, adventurer? I have a letter of introduction from the Admiral. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred, too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eaten grin. But what with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the far easterner what Merlvib says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiri of Doma. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Lims is a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose, I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. What in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, you Geary of Do-What's-It, we can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Lady Yame, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us, Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Alright, is any of this we want? Bow, Conjurer weapon, Thaumaturge weapon, Arcanist weapon. Nah, we'll just take the silver pieces. And yes, I believe this is when the ninja class was introduced. For people who are... I forget what class it is. Thieves? I think it's a thief. Or is it a rogue? I think it might be a rogue. Can then become a ninja. Alright, Yugiri has another quest for us. Alright, Yugiri has the air of a woman bursting with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you overlong. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright, so we go back to the Rising Stones and have a conversation with Minfilia. Okay, so off to Revenant's Toll. I never really played the rogue class much, so. Alright. Where am I headed? I am headed to speak to Minfilia, right.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul, but never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Eorzea's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is aught amiss?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Interesting. Things are going on in Ul'dah. Alright. Scholar's Arm. Air Knives. Onion Shield. We don't really need any of those. So we'll take the silver pieces. Alright, let's go ahead and grab the next quest. Menphilia's thoughts keep returning to the fate of the students of Baldessian. Okay, so apparently their island blew up, so we'll see what we learn of that. Our friends, the very isle itself, everyone and everything. No, it avails us not to speculate. Eorzea will send word if there are any developments. Until such time as he does, we must remain firmly focused on that which is within our power to change. With that in mind, I would speak of a different matter, one closer to home. It concerns etheric fluctuations which we had previously attributed to good King Mughal XII. The king is no more as a blessing for which we have you to thank. Yet, all is not well in the Twelves Wood. Our latest readings reveal an ongoing etheric disturbance of considerable magnitude. They may even suggest the presence of a primal. Needless to say, the mere possibility warrants immediate investigation, and I would have you... Asilia? I do not wish to interrupt, but we have a problem. Oh, it's Philhamen. What matter of problem? A band of refugees, hailing from Ulda this time, are come to Revenant's Toll seeking asylum. It would seem they expect us to afford them the same treatment we gave the Domans. At present, they are in the 7th heaven awaiting a formal response. I see. Mayhap this was to be expected. I shall meet with them at once. Asilia, you know full well we haven't the resources to accommodate many more people. Consider what will happen if you do this. Word will spread and more will follow. Your opinion is duly noted, but I will hear their suit. Ayame, I should be grateful for your presence at this meeting. Okay, so we have to speak with the refugees in the 7th heaven, but I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, and we'll see what's going on with that when we come back. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.